Just one question. I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. We are starting in the previous session, that is in the morning session. Already we had discussed with procedure oriented language, means problem oriented and procedure oriented. Just the diagram was actually misplaced. For problem oriented language, we had given that specifically the problem oriented language domain is very close to your application domain language and application domain, sorry, and the execution domain is far from this. This is only the actual difference between your procedure oriented language, and we don't have any specific diagram for this. Just search, and similarly we can have the common statement, that is procedure oriented programming is a set of a function. It is a set of function, and already in the previous slide I have not given an example, so simply I have put here the example is that a program may involve collecting of data from the user, okay, and performing some kinds of calculation on that data and printing the data on the screen when it is requested. So this is one example I have taken for procedure oriented language, or you can say a programming form, where I have taken the functions as well as the collection of the data is from the user. Listen carefully, the collection of the data is from user, and it will perform some calculations which are based, it's performing some calculation which is based on that data and printing the data on the screen. Just wait a minute. I'm having TPO work. Just 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, fine. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just we had seen the procedure oriented language is nothing but it is a set of function where you can go from a bottom to top approach. Whereas oriented, if I am considering orientation only, then that is different one. But here we are seeing the language processor, and for procedure oriented language, I need to convert that particular content or that particular set of these functions. I am going to proceed over my application domain, and that domain is going to communicate not directly. Here the last point already discussed here, that is it is not relatable directly with your PL domain. If I am saving the procedural oriented language is communicating, then the application domain and PL domains are having their features of execution. But execution domain, this domain is having its own conditions to get apply for your application and problem statement or whatever the PL domain you are having. So whenever my application domain is directly considering with the PL domain, then that PL domain, this PL domain will automatically consider that execution is going to be soon, fast, and the result is also going to be seen. This is my procedural oriented language. Here I have not given any diagrammatical solution because it is not available in the textbooks also, and the while taking the reference it is also not showing, so I have not taken the diagrammatic form. So next point, that is still we had covered only the language processor. Now we are moving further for the second bit of this chapter. Second bit, this was only the introduction part. This was only the introduction part up till now. Now the second point, that is the language processor processing activities. We are going to see language processing activity. The first point was introduction. Still we had covered the introduction. Now the next bit, that is the next point of this chapter, is language processing activity. So what is actually the language processing activities? What actually it includes? Then it includes 2 points, mandatory 2 points. It is divided into two process, or you can say two activities. The first one, it is already I have stated here, that is fundamental activities divided into those that bridges specification gap and execution gap. Similarly, these gaps who are going to bridge these gaps, who are going to bridge these in these activities we are going to see. So it is specifically divided into two parts. First is the program generation activity, and second point, that is program execution activity. First one is I am going to generate something, and the generation whatever I have, I am going to execute that. So these content, okay. So listen carefully. The two activities are program generation activity. The first part, whatever we had seen up till now, up to this 22 slide, we had seen only the introductory part. Now the actual point we have is language processing activity, in which the processing activity is divided into two major parts, which is nothing but the gap we are going to fulfill. The gap what we had previously seen, that is specification gap and execution gap. Yes. So this first point, that is program generation activity, what actually it is. So next is I am going to just, this is only the introductory part I have given in a theoretical concept, because I am going to elaborate more, and if when I am going to give the assignments, then you have to write the content from this PPTs, because if you are not referring the ebooks, then you have to go through these PPTs. Clear? So what is actually the program generation activities? Yes, it is nothing but automatic generation of a program. It is nothing but I am supposing that whenever I'm going to upload something, or I'm uploading any code, so it should directly, when I'm going to press on a run button, automatically it should compile itself, it should generate its own activity and should provide me some outputs. Yes, so this is nothing but I am calling it as a activity which is generating or making itself automatically generated. Fine. So a source language, here I have given one example also and one specification, that if a source language is means what? A basic code, a source point, a starting point. Okay, listen carefully. A starting point, that is nothing but the source language, which is a specification language of an application domain. What I have in my application domain right now, it is a source language having a specification language in my application domain, and the target language in my procedure oriented PL. Here you have seen the problem oriented language domain. So similarly, I am considering it as, suppose it is procedure oriented language domain. Suppose it is procedure oriented language domain. So in my application domain, there is a source code. In my procedure oriented language, there is a target code. Clear? There, suppose that is in application, it is source language. In target language is in your procedure oriented language. And when my generation introduce, means when I am introducing my generator, similarly you can see here how I have given input is given. Suppose this is a source, this is my target. I have introduced a generator over here. I have introduced a generator over here. So what I am going to receive, then that time a new domain between the application and PL domain, between the application and PL domain is get generated. And what I am going to call it as a program generator domain. What I'm going to call it as program generator domain. So are you getting my point? पहिले आपण काय केलं, स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅप होता ऍप्लिकेशन डोमेन आणि प्रोसिजर ओरिएंटेड. सपोज करा प्रोसिजर ओरिएंटेड मध्ये एक मिनिट मी तुम्हाला इन्सर्ट करून दाखवेन, दॅट विल बी बेटर. ओके, आय विल जस्ट इन्सर्ट हियर. या इथे मी दाखवलंय प्रोग्राम स्पेसिफिकेशन आहे, टार्गेट आहे. स्पेसिफिकेशन इज नथिंग बट युअर सोर्स प्रोग्राम, आणि इथं आहे तो तुमचा टार्गेट प्रोग्राम. त्याच्यामध्ये मी जे काय टाकलंय ते प्रोग्राम जनरेटर आहे. प्रोग्राम जनरेटर आहे. But that generator is nothing but I am going to call that part, that gap as a program generator domain. I am going to call it as program generator domain. The specification gap now between the application domain and the program generation domain is nothing but I am going to make it as it will reduce the specification gap increases which is reliable to the generated program. आधी आपण काय सांगितलं की स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅप आणि एक्झिक्युशन गॅप जे होतं तर स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅपचे पण काय त्रुटी होत्या, कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस होत्या सिमिलरली सिमेंटिक गॅप सारख्या. मग आता मी काय केलं पुढे लँग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग ऍक्टिव्हिटी मध्ये दोन कन्सिडरेशन केले, दोन डिव्हिजन आहेत, दोन पार्ट आहेत. पहिली आहे प्रोग्राम जनरेशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी, दुसरी आहे प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्युशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी. तर प्रोग्राम जनरेशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी मध्ये मी काय केलं मग स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅपला थोडंसं अजून म्हणजे त्याचे कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस त्याच्या ज्या काही कमी म्हणजे जे काही त्रुटी आहेत ते मी कमी केल्या. तर कशा केल्या मी तिथं काय केलं एक जनरेटर लावून ठेवला. जनरेटर कुणामध्ये लावला ऍप्लिकेशन डोमेन जे तुमचं आहे आणि पीएल डोमेन जे प्रोसिजरल लँग्वेज डोमेन आहे त्यांच्यामध्ये मी हा जनरेटर इन्सर्ट केला सो दॅट इट विल कन्सिडर इट ॲज the source language and the target language are again splitted. They are again splitted because that will increase my reliability. That will increase my reliability and that is my main purpose. That's why I have given a specification gap now became an application domain and a program generation domain, which reduces the specification gap and will increase the reliability of the generation. Whatever the program is generated, the reliability has been increased. Reliability of that program, particular program has been increased. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So still I will show here, inserting one of my slide over here. सो मी काय केलं इथं इन्सर्ट करते एक शेप म्हणजे तुम्हाला जे दाखवायचं होतं मला. सपोज दिस इज माय ऍप्लिकेशन डोमेन. आय विल डू एडी. यार काय येत नाहीये. So it is my application domain. I am saying here again similarly I will put a condition that is I will make it somewhat small and this is my, so this is nothing but the gap between AD and what we can say here. This is my actual procedural domain. So this is my procedural domain. The gap I am defining which gap? This gap. तो या स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅप डायरेक्टली यांच्या मधला होता, बरोबर आहे, एडी आणि प्रोसिजरल डोमेन मध्ये. मी आता काय केलंय की या गॅपला जे स्पेसिफिकेशन गॅपचे कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस आहेत ते रिड्यूस करण्यासाठी मी इथे जनरेटर एक टाकून दिला सो दॅट डायरेक्टली the procedural domain will get a targeted source and which will affect in getting me the actual execution जो domain आहे माझा, ईडी ठेवते त्याला डायरेक्टली. This one I will receive the actual output of this is directly generated over here and I will receive the result. a proper result. Okay, so this was actually the specification gap get overcome with its consequences, or we have tackled that problem. Yes, so here I have taken an example that how that reduce the testing effort. तर टेस्टिंग जे करायची मला गरज खूप पडायची तर ती मी कशी रिड्यूस केली. डायरेक्टली आय हॅव गिवन अ जनरेटर ओव्हर हियर. प्रोग्राम स्पेसिफिकेशन इज नथिंग बट आय एम इंट्रोड्युसिंग an source program over here and I am receiving the target PL. Target in my PL, that is procedural language domain. प्रोसिजरल लँग्वेज जी आहे किंवा तुम्ही प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज म्हणू शकता त्याला, तिथे तुम्हाला डायरेक्टली टार्गेट भेटणार, सो दॅट डायरेक्टली तुम्ही एक्झिक्युशन गॅप जो आपला आहे एक्झिक्युशन डोमेन साठी, तर तो डायरेक्टली तुम्ही कंप्लीट करू शकता, फुलफिल करू शकता. इज इट फाइन? We'll go for the next activity of the language processing. And one more thing, in the language processing activity, सांगायचं राहिलं की या ह्याच्यात ह्या दोन ऍक्टिव्हिटीज जे काम करतात तर याच्यात सिमिलॅरिटीज आहेत की जनरेशन झाल्यानंतर एक्झिक्युशन पण सायकल्स मध्ये होतं. मग मायक्रो प्रोसेसर मध्ये जर तुम्ही रीड केला असेल किंवा वाचला असेल तर मायक्रो प्रोसेसर मध्ये पण 3 फेज किंवा 5 फेजची सायकल असायची. एक्झिक्युशन सायकल मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हॅव फेच, देन डिकोड, देन एक्झिक्यूट. हे प्रोसेस आहे 3 सायकल. जर 3 लाईफ 3 मध्ये जर तुम्हाला 3 फेज मध्ये जर सायकल एक्झिक्यूट करायची असेल, तुम्ही काय करत होतात? फेच करत होतात, डिकोड करत होतात आणि एक्झिक्यूट करत होतात. तर तसंच 5 फेज मध्ये पण तीच प्रोसेस आहे, फक्त इथं होतं की मेमरी बॅक प्रोसेस पण घेत होता आणि राईट पण करत होता. फक्त 3 फेज मध्ये नाही होत. 5 फेज मध्ये असेल तर ती प्रोसेस कशी आहे? रिस्क मध्ये जाती. RISC, दॅट इज रिड्यूस इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट कम्प्युटर. तर त्या फॉर्मॅट मध्ये सिस्क मध्ये जात नाही, तर तुम्ही काय करता? रिड्यूस करता पर्टिक्युलर कन्सिडरेशन. तर तशाच या लँग्वेज प्रोसेसिंगच्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीज आहेत. ओके, सो फर्स्ट फायनली वी हॅव कव्हर विथ दिस टॉपिक, दॅट इज प्रोग्राम जनरेशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी. एनी डाऊट अप टिल दिस? प्रोग्राम जनरेशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी काय माहिती? नो डाऊट? रिप्लाय?
No, ma'am.
ओके, सो ज्यांनी पहिल्यापासून ऐकलंय त्यांना नसेलच डाऊट. जे आता मध्ये आलेत आणि जे येत आहेत त्यांना डाऊट येणारच आहे. सो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, तेवढा वेळ नाहीये सगळ्यांसाठी वाट बघायला. प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्युशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी. नाउ वी आर स्टार्टिंग प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्युशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट अगेन देर आर 2 पॉप्युलर मॉडेल इन दॅट. देर आर 2 पॉप्युलर मॉडेल इन program execution activity. First, we have covered the program generation activity. Now the second point in that is we are having only 2 popular model. The first one is you are going to translate the program, and second point in that is program interpretation. Program interpretation. So one by one we are going to see what is actually the program translation and what is actually the program interpretation. These are the 2 popular models in the program execution. Yes, so in the program translation, the first point, that is program translation, what actually it is, we are bridging a gap, execution gap, by translating a source, or you can say a sources program, into a program in the